key factor to being a team leader is extensive knowledge of company policy and procedure. It is your job to know and employ each policy in your day-to-day work. While this cannot be learned overnight, you must try your best to learn these things over time. It is also your job to share these policies with your subordinates and explain the consequences of ignoring them. Don't forget that it is on you to pass on new policy and procedures to the cleaning staff. It can certainly be taxing, but in the long run, having all staff proficient in company policy will make your job easier by eliminating unnecessary training. Additionally, you protect the company from being sued. Typically, no one likes to be the bad guy. Here are some tips to make rule enforcement smoother. Always get the facts straight before ever taking action. Hearsay shouldn't be taken seriously without real merit behind it. Don't put off disciplinary action if it's inevitable. Problems don't resolve on their own or just disappear, they get worse. You will only lose respect and seem like a pushover if you let things go. Don't play favorites. If you allow someone to get by and reprimand someone else for the same mistake, people will notice your biases. Document everything and cover yourself. Whenever disciplinary action is taken, it must be clearly documented. Don't ever discipline a cleaning tech in front of his or her coworkers. The only time you can justify doing so would be if you felt the technician may be violent or unstable. In that case, it is best to have a witness. Take the time to cool down and remain calm before issuing out discipline. Write a report and get knowledgeable on the incident and how it affects policy. Explain the error of the cleaning tech in a manner that outlines how it affects the company. Not that it's just a rule that was broken. People will be less likely to make a mistake if they understand why it's a policy in the first place. Remember how it felt when you were a child and you had to do something because I said so versus it being for your own safety. Outline steps to fix the error made and follow up by asking what the cleaner can do to prevent reoccurrence. If disciplinary action needs to take place, and it will result in suspension or termination, make sure you are well read on the policy and procedure. You don't want to end up in legal trouble over disciplinary actions. When it comes time to have a disciplinary discussion with an employee, get to the point quickly. Don't dance around the reason. The first step is to address the reason you are having this discussion. For example, I've asked to speak with you because I've noticed a problem. You're spending much less time than budgeted for in the Stewart residence, and it's showing in your work. Or, I would like to discuss how you clean a bathroom in that particular home. After stating the facts, explain the consequences. I visited the home and saw there was heavy dust buildup in a number of areas. There were bookshelves that have not been dusted in a long time. Or I saw you cleaning a bathroom and jumping around from the sink to the toilet to the towel bar and then forgot the mirror. This is not the cleaning system. Explain the issue from the customer's perspective. If I was the customer, I would feel ripped off for paying money for a service not received. State the route you will go to correct the issue. The decision I've made is to retrain you on proper bathroom cleaning. However, if the problem continues, you will be suspended without pay. Once the consequences have been outlined, describe your own feelings on the situation. What concerns me is your rushing of the cleaning procedure and the skipping of crucial aspects. I'm upset because we have discussed this before, and though you reassure me that you follow the system, you do not keep your word. At this point, you should give the cleaning tech a chance to give their side. This is what I see at the Stewart account. Can you tell me why you do not spend the budgeted time in that account? Based on your response, dig deeper and get a greater perspective. How do you know the customer doesn't want those items cleaned? If you follow the system, why did you jump around from item to item? Lastly, outline the disciplinary actions in full. From now on, you have 1 week to clean the bathroom to Advantage Cleaning Services standards. During that time, I will check in and let you know if the home meets those standards it should. There are 5 disciplinary actions that can and should be taken. A fully documented verbal warning. Talk to the cleaning tech and be sure they fully understand their past actions as unacceptable. The cleaning technician needs to know if they make the same mistakes again, a written warning will be issued and the consequences will be harsher. A written warning. Create an incident report in detail and review it with a cleaning technician. Be sure to go over it and have it signed, dated, and placed in their employee file. They must sign the document. Probation. Giving a set amount of time, 30 to 60 days, to markedly improve performance. Give as much feedback as possible during this time. At the end of the time period, you must decide to remove them from probation or terminate the employee. In all reality, termination should be expected if you have given adequate negative feedback over the probation period. Suspension. For repeat offenses or for serious infractions, a suspension may be necessary. You may also wish to investigate an employee who is on a suspension. For example, if you suspect someone is drinking or using drugs on the job, you could request a drug test and suspend until the results are in. Termination. If you followed all the precautionary measures leading up to this point, then termination should be well expected and documented. The documentation of all events is key to the firing of an employee. You can wind up in legal trouble if lacking in this area.